and rain. Okay, gotta look.
Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes to get pole?
Excellent lap. We're all very, very pleased with that one. Nice work. Come on, I'll see you back in the pits.
And that's it for sprint qualifying. Plenty more coming up over the rest of the weekend. So we'll see you all tomorrow.
Okay, we gotta keep pole.
Forget pit stops, forget fuel management. It's pedal to the metal all the way here as we get ready for today's sprint. Sitting at the southeastern coast of Florida, the Miami International Autodrome has 19 corners and 3.36 miles of racing. It's a circuit designed to encourage close racing while meeting the highest safety standards. Either way, I'm sure it's one that will please the fans. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks for today's sprint. Daniel lines up on pole position, edging out Lando Norris, who'll start from P2. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Russell, Charles Leclerc and Hamilton, Sainz, Piastri, Antonelli and Fernando Alonso, Hadjar, Hülkenberg, Alex Albon and Gasly, Lawson, Ocon, Gabriel Bortoleto and Ollie Ben, Colapinto, and Lance Stroll brings the grid to a close. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And alongside me today is a man who needs no introduction, but I'll try anyway. It's Ant Davidson. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Now, I'll be generous here. It's not that long ago that you were racing and entertaining us on a Sunday, but in the years since, the sport has changed quite a bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, it really has, Crofty. You know, the cars have got bigger, they're heavier, but critically, there's more downforce to play with as well now. There was about 4 tons of downforce on the car at 300 kilometers an hour when I drove. You're now looking more towards 5 tons of downforce. So there's a big difference in performance. But because of that, the car being heavier and bigger, you've got to drive in a smoother way. You've got to look after it a bit more. You've got to nurse it through the slow speed corners more. They were much more nimble, agile machines when I drove in Formula 1 compared to now.
Let's start it.
Okay, we're monitoring somewhere on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power. Okay, DRS is now available. Good job, that was the fastest lap of the race so far.
brilliant, guys. I'm so proud of you all.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yes, and that's a podium. Excellent drive. The whole team have worked especially hard this weekend, and that, my friend, is a fantastic reward. Well done.
That was a proper quality drive.
So with the sprint concluded, join us next time for qualifying and of course the main event, this weekend's Formula One Grand Prix. We'll see you next time.
8 points. 8 points. Let's go. Let's do this qualifying. Let's do this qualifying.
Welcome back to Miami and welcome to qualifying. Only raw speed will separate these drivers today, but the question is, who's got what it takes to get pole?
All right. We got this. We got this.
Okay, good job, mate. Really, really well done. That was a fantastic drive. Bring it home.
Pole position. Let's go. Let's go. Woo! Woo! Starting from pole also. We got this. We got this. Speed. Speed. I am speed. Okay. this victory, this pole position, it's because God helped me get it. If I failed, that was my own failure. So yeah, we're gonna win.
Formula One has arrived in the Sunshine State for spectacular sunsets, gentle breezes, warm waters, and for what will be a fantastic race day here at the Miami International Autodrome. A lap of the Miami Grand Prix features 3.36 miles of track around the Hard Rock Stadium, and 19 corners make up the Miami International Autodrome, which will challenge the drivers in a tight wheel-to-wheel race. Off the back of a fantastic qualifying session, it's time to see how our starting grid looks like for today's race. Daniel lines up on pole position, and Max Verstappen lines up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Piastri, Leclerc, George Russell, and Norris, Hülkenberg, Albon, Antonelli, and Lewis Hamilton, Hadjar, Fernando Alonso, Liam Lawson, and Colapinto, Ocon, Behrman, Lance Stroll, and Gabriel Bortoleto. Sainz and Pierre Gasly picks up the final grid slot. And with lights out just moments away, it's time to go down to the track. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. I know what we've got to do before the start of today's race, but what about our driver? What do the final hours look like for them?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
Okay, we're monitoring some wear on the internal combustion engine. Be aware that we're going to start to see a loss of power. DRS now enabled. DRS enabled. Max is in the pits. Max in the pits. Max is coming in for his stop. Great work, that's a new fastest lap of the race. Okay mate, we've got some clear track in front of us and let's make the best of it. So please make this next one a very fast lap. Great stuff, mate. You hit the target well there. Nice one. There's a long way to go in this race, though, so keep your head down. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap. Oh, you worked hard for that one. Congratulations, well done.
What a mate, that was a very, very, very strong drive.
Here we are then, a phenomenal Miami Grand Prix, and what a great show of skill from our race winners today.
A great display of dominance today, Crofty, by this driver. They led from lights out to the flag at the end, led every lap of the race. Brilliant stuff by them, and excited to see what more they can do in future races.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves.
Go! Let's go! We won!
It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I